So Androx wants to come back, and he's thought of another question that we ask. So I'll just go and find him again. Yes, dear ones, there is indeed. There are many questions, of course, that can be asked, but which are the most important ones is the question. No, sorry, that's not the question. The question is that everyone will ask at one stage or another in their development and growth, what happens when I die? And the first thing to answer that question is that you don't die. As you're all aware, you are eternal beings. And in that eternal beingness, there is no death. You cannot die. It's only your physical body that you will leave behind. But you yourself will not have a sense of being any different when you leave your body. And this is an interesting concept. So as you take your last breath in this physical body, you will take yourself out through your crown, and hopefully each of you will be able to leave through your crown rather than your solar plexus like most of humanity does. Leaving through the crown means that you are automatically going into a higher dimension of consciousness. Whereas leaving through the solar plexus will bring you I almost said heartache, but that's not the right word. Will leave you confused. Will leave you confused and will leave you with the need to stay around near the earth plane so that you can monitor activities that go on once you've gone. You can monitor your family and your next of kin, your children, your friends. This is not the best way to go. For in so doing that, it is more difficult to find your path back to the light. And there is more chance that you will be able to be caught on a lowest level of the fourth dimension, whereby you will meet other souls who have also not moved on. And that's not to your best advantage spiritually and for your growth. As you are all aware, there are spirits that you see which mankind calls ghosts. They are in fact, of course, real eternal beings, just like yourselves. But they have stayed on that lower fourth dimension, and they've stayed there for many purposes. As I said, looking out to see what happens, looking out and feeling bad that your family are crying and grieving and in pain. This will not help you, and it will not really help them. There are also, of course, many other spirits on this plane. Not all of them there looking after family or watching over family. Many of them, through their addictions, are held to connect to the third dimension through the addictions. And this can be through alcohol, substance abuse, drugs, and there are many poor souls who are held in that energy field. So you need to skip this. You need to skip this as fast as you can. The way that you skip this is by something that you have already been given, and most of you are already practicing. And this is your column of light. And as you have been taught, this column of light will take you up into the universe, even to the greater central sun. But you don't need to go that far. The more you practice the column of light, the more you practice it, really focusing on it in your heart, visualizing it, thinking of it, it will become so strong, and indeed for some of you it has become so strong, that you will automatically leave your body and go straight up into it, to the higher dimensions. But this does take practice, and it does take dedication. So when you meditate, when you do healing, even before you go to sleep, you can go into the column of light. Do it wholeheartedly from your heart. And instead of focusing too much on being grounded, although that is helpful to help you at the moment, to keep you in your body, but when you physically leave your body, or when you die, as you call it, you will not need to be having that connection to Mother Earth, because you will be moving to other dimensions. But for now, you still do the anchoring to Mother Earth. And when you visualize or think of that column of light, see that light all around you, a real strong column, and you're in the middle of it. You're not on the edge, you're in the middle of it. And that column of light will stretch out into your auric field, as you know. The amount that it stretches out is dependent on how often you do the exercise, how dedicated you are to the light, and so on and so on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The main thing is that it surrounds your body. And you're in like a tube of light, a column of light that goes way up to heaven through all the stars and planets, up to the sun or the greater central sun, whichever feels right for you. And this column of light, as with all thought forms, becomes a permanent feature. And a permanent feature is something that is there until it's disbanded. And this permanent feature will then take you automatically. But please don't rely on it being a permanent feature. It's important to practice this every day, in one way or another. So it's your dedication and your love and your energy that you put into this column of light that creates it. And while your creation will stay around for a while, it may not stay around until you leave your body. So the best way to work is to focus on the column of light every day and pay attention to it. Don't think, ah yes, here's a lovely column of light, I'm going to float off and drift off. No, you stay in the column of light, you focus on it, you get to know it until it becomes a part of you, and then it starts to become a more permanent feature, and it's something that you can automatically switch into at any time of day. This is handy. This is very, very handy. You never know what's around the corner. You think, I mean, that you would die, but not necessarily that. But of course that also. If you were in an earthquake, your column of light would keep you safe. If you were standing on a volcano, your column of light would keep you safe. If you were in any other kind of earthly situation, you will be kept safe. The important thing is to get to know it, so explore it. And as you stay in that column of light, you can imagine that you're stretching its boundaries. You're feeling its boundaries. You're feeling its energy all around you, energetically, in your aura. So as you get to know it, you will then be able to sense it by stretching your hands out, either side of your body, and just feeling it, to see how far it goes. This is one way to have a deeper experience of it. Another way is to see it, and if you focus your inner vision on it, you will gradually be able to see that sparkling light. And that light is sparkling. And at first you may perceive it as white light. And this is the first stage. And as you develop and you grow more, you stretch more your third eye, stretch your limitations, you start to see that it sparkles, and that there are a myriad of colours that you have never seen before on the earth plane. And so explore the column of light. Don't just think, oh, that's it, now I'm in my column of light, everything's fine. It will be good for you to explore it, so that you are also exploring above your crown and above your higher chakras. And as you do that, you will have a sense that while we say 5 chakras, there are multitude of chakras going on and on into infinity. And these are like pinpoints of light. They're not necessarily something that you need to go into in depth. These are like pinpoints of light. And as you get to know your column of light, you'll start to recognise recognise your nose. No, not your nose. Your pinpoints of light. Your higher chakras, which go way beyond the higher chakras that you know of. And you can imagine now that you're going up into that light. So when you leave your body, and you don't need to do this now, but when you die, as you call it, and you leave your body, just be aware of the need to take your consciousness up to your crown and up to your column of light. This is very important. Very important. And it will be as though you are still in your body, but your body will be without pain, it will be without suffering. you will still feel similar emotions. You may still feel energies, but you will not be so attached to them as you were when you were in your physical body. So, leaving your physical body behind, you can then move and you can see the light. You can see your own column of light leading to a portal. And this portal will be the gateway during your process. And in this portal, you will feel at home. If you really work on this, you will start to feel really at home in this column of light anyway, even while you're still on the earth plane. But when you leave your body, you will go to the portal, and there you will see different things. Firstly, you may see a family member, someone that you loved. It will not necessarily be someone that you didn't love or that did you a disservice. It will be someone, one person of the family who's passed over, who has held their energy on that lower fourth dimension, or certainly in the portal from it, to greet you when you arrive and to greet other family members. And this could be anyone that you've loved and lost, or felt you'd lost. In fact, we never lose anyone, as my channel, I'm sure, has told you before. So in the portal, not always, but usually there will be someone to greet you from the family, and you will feel welcomed into the light. You will feel their love. You will feel and acknowledge how they have stayed in that position for maybe many lifetimes, but certainly for maybe a generation, if not 2 or 3 generations of your family line. So this is one thing that can happen, and they will certainly greet you, they will hug you, they will tell you they love you, they will really, and this will be from their heart. This will be true unconditional love. And they may introduce you to other people that you've wanted to see, other family members or friends or husbands or wives, and this can take a little while to be introduced to these, but you are still in this portal, and it's a portal which keeps you separate from the earth. It's a portal that you need to go through to reach the higher dimensions. And also in this portal there will be an angel who will greet you, and they will guide you ever onward. And it will be time then for you to leave any family members that you've met on this level in the portal, and to go with the angel. And the angel will guide you further and further into the light, and you will reach a place of you will be in a place of absolute peace. Absolute peace, absolute rest, absolute healing, and you will be floating as if on a cloud, and it will feel so wonderful that you will know that you have come home. And in this space, in this light, this angel or another angel will take you to meet your ascended master, who has worked with you for many lifetimes, the one who's guiding you in this life and in many others, although you may not be aware of it. And there will also be an Akashic angel and an angel of the Akashic records. And this is at the point where you have your life review. And your life review is interesting. Why is it interesting? Okay. It is interesting because you will be able to have an overview of your whole life, and it will play out before your eyes. And you will see yourself from a small child, and you will see yourself growing up, and you will see how you've changed from that time. You will see all the light that you've added, all the consciousness raising you've done. You will see all the healing you've had. You will see wonderful, wonderful transformation that took place for you during this life. And you may also at that stage have regrets. You may be sad because there's something that you didn't achieve that you wanted to achieve, or there was someone that you didn't forgive and you were so hard working on forgiveness. There was someone that you maybe wanted to love more, and you couldn't do it, not realising at the time that it was simply a test and it was simply an exercise, and it was a stepping stage, a step in your levels of consciousness, your transformation in this life. And so you will see that. So you will see this in your life review, your whole life panning out before you. And you will see wonderful things that you've done. You will see all the gifts and all the love that you've given to others. You will see all the healing you've given to others, and any other thing or help or guidance or any other way that you've been of divine service to others. Even little things you will be shown, like if you help someone to get on a bus when they were disabled, or even the tiniest, minutest details you will be shown. So even if you think you're not a good person, you will be shown some good things that you have done. And you will be helped to realise that you did your very, very best. And in doing your very, very best, you have earned a place in heaven. And we will call it heaven for the moment. It has many terms. A term you're familiar with is heaven. So here you are, you're in heaven, and you're being guided through this process, and you are then celebrating this life. And no, they don't give you a bottle of champagne. They will give you another gold star. So now you have 2 gold stars, and maybe more. So in this celebration, it's very exciting, because you are being shown that from this level you can now go on to do other things, and you really realise then that yes, life is eternal. I still feel like the same person, but I can see that I was good, and that, I didn't just do naughty things. that I was a good person, and this will be reinforced that you're a good person. I would like you to know that you're a good person while you're still in your body. It will be very helpful for you, but we touched on that yesterday. No, another day. And so you are in heaven, you've met the Ascended Master, you've met the angels, you've met the lovely relative that has given up their share in heaven to stay by this portal to greet you and to also bring guidance and help when it's needed when you're in a physical body. So you've done all that and you've said your goodbyes to them, and you're moving to other things. Okay, you'll be shown in great detail your karma and how much karma you work with in this life, or if you were very blessed and didn't have any karma, you would have had good karma, which you used wisely. If you used your good karma wisely, as this one did, then you will reach an even higher place, to go, to restore, to bring you to new understandings. And in this space you will be given every opportunity to overcome any limitations that you had on the planet, in your body. So, for instance, in this space, you see, you will have no fear. And so, if you're afraid of spiders on the earth plane, you, without fear, you will see lots of spiders. And you will say, oh, look at these lovely little furry things. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? And you will overcome your fear of spiders. And this is a very easy way then for you to release limitations, for you to release some of the patterns that maybe didn't get missed. They got missed on this earth plane. So, and you will also be taken to temples of learning. You will be taken to healing temples. If you left in a lot of pain in your physical body, you will not feel that pain so much, of course, when you leave in your spirit body, but you will be taken to a temple of healing where you will receive all the energy that you need to regain your strength. Maybe you're tired, exhausted, your strength, your spiritual strength, your full energy, and to release any traces of pain that may be left. So you will go on. And this is your eternal life. You will go on to greater and greater things. And some of them may be challenges. Some of them may be instructional. Some of them may be just very interesting. And from this, when you have gone through all the levels there, all the further dimensions, you go into the fifth dimension and experience all of this that you need for your own growth and for your own healing. And you will then have another meeting with your Ascended Master again, and see about the possibility of either taking on another life on Earth or moving on to other dimensions of consciousness or other planets. And because you have the gift of free will, this will be your choice. However, if you have karma left on the earth to complete, knowing you all as I do, seeing into your soul, I know that you would choose to come back to the earth plane to have another body so that you could complete that karmic circle, that karmic wheel. If you've cleared all your karma that you needed to in this life, then you will be free to move onto other dimensions and other levels of amazing, 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 wonderful things in this universe. The important thing, therefore, is that I'm coming back to the beginning now. The important thing is to know that when you go through your crown, you go through your highest chakra in your head, and not your solar plexus. And you may have relatives hanging over your body if you're or friends or someone that you're really connected to, and they will be trying to hang on to you. They don't mean any harm by it, but it's just their own patterns, their own selfishness, really, to want to hang on to you and not let you go. You have to, hopefully at that stage you'll have become so clear at your solar plexus that you won't have any cords and ties, and you won't be able to allow them to cord into you. Because they will hold you on the earth plane when you're not meant to be here any longer, and they will also force you to come out through the solar plexus, and that's not something that you want to do, because you will then be fairly stuck on the fourth dimension. So you have the consciousness, you have that now already to move yourself out. Leave them all behind. Leave the earth behind, leave your house, your home, your children, your pets, your relatives, and to leave them behind. Because by this stage you should have already said your goodbyes. And you will be then free to move up. If you go suddenly in an accident, it's more of an emergency, and they may not know or try to do anything to you, so you will be able to go straight up into the light, and you will do. So this is important. So out through the crown into your column of light, and that will take you, the column of light will take you to the portal where you will meet the relative and the angel. And from there it's plain sailing. So you just follow the light. If you can't see the light, if for any reason, through shock or trauma in dying, you seem to have lost your column of light, then you just look immediately, you will look through your spiritual eyes, which you will have. It will just be like looking on the earth plane through your earthly eyes. It won't feel any different. And you will look and you will see the light, and you will go straight to the light. Otherwise you will go through your column of light to the portal. And this is the most important part that you need to know, and you need to practice with. I'm not saying that you're all going to need to do this in the near future, but it's a training, and it's a training for you to do that will be very important for you. And if you have other parts, other things to do in this life, you may find it interesting on the other levels. If not, if it's not that kind of psychic path that you have, then it will still be helpful for you to develop that, because it will keep you grounded to the earth, and it will keep you safe at all times. So this is why it's important to focus on it every day and to really get to know it. This is your entrance into heaven. And that's it.